Well, as with all Zoom meetings, first, can you hear me? Okay, thumbs up. All less? Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the wonderful introduction. Again, my name is Michael Ro. I'm part of ISKF. I've been training since 2007 at Philadelphia. So I've had the wonderful opportunity to train with Okazaki, the late Okazaki Shihan. And what I want to talk about today is going to be on breathing. And I want to actually apply that to a very special kind of drill that Okazaki Sensei used to teach today. So we're going to be talking about breathing and then applying that to a drill and then maybe kata at the end. Does it all sound okay? All right, let's go and get started. All right, arms are up. Let's warm up first. Arms are up. All the way. Arms across. Palms up. Diagonal switching each time. Good. Good enough. Good. And rotating your hips on the ball of your foot. Which direction? Good. Relax. Front stance towards your left. Rotating on the ball of your foot. Push your hip in. And rotating over on your heels down. Other side. Same, it's not cheap. Rotate on the ball of your foot, push your hip in. Flip over on your heels. Up, hips around. All the way. Knees together, small circles. All the way. Good, shake it up. Wrists, elbows. Just shake out your body. Good, head up and down. Side to side. Shoulder to shoulder. Good, rotating just half circle, switching direction each time. Good, and lastly, because today's the class on breathing, breathing in, up. Out. Down. Out. More time up. Out. Down. Out. Good, turn around, face your knee. Okay, feet. Your way. Are we all warm? Ready? More or less? Good. All right. Okay, let's start out with some basic punches, chokuzuki. So left arm out forward. Okay. I buy my cup. Just chokuzuki. Ich. Ni. Some. Chi. Go. Rook. Chich. Touch. Good. Jip. Ich. Ni. Some. 10, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, this time 3번 쓰기. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, by my count. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Try to keep your shoulders as relaxed as possible. So John Sensei had a wonderful class yesterday where he talked about, I thought it was really cool how he talked about the idea of pulling on your lats to keep your shoulders relaxed. Shoulder relaxation is going to be a big theme for today as well. So making sure you're not pulling all the way high up here so that your shoulders go up, but rather pull on your lats while keeping your shoulders relaxed so that you have a nice, deep and low hikite over here. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, and relax. So you often see, especially in Sanbonzuki like this, where it's usually starting from brown belt to Sandan level, where people get really tight up in their shoulders when they punch. So I see a lot of, and I was guilty of this myself. I've often been told I punch like I'm about to sneeze. So a lot of all up here, you can see the shoulders go up, and I'm not breathing at all. And I want you to start thinking about how you can use breathing to let out air and use that to squeeze on your abdominal muscles and diaphragm to engage your core and use that to connect the moves together. So what we're going to do is first punch is going to be Chokuzuki here. And the next two punches, I want you to think about as you connect 1, 2 here together, do a quick, think of your body as like an accordion, and you are pressing, you're breathing out the air, pressing it out like this, and use that to engage the diaphragm and the core. So it's going to be, so I'm exaggerating the breathing right now, obviously, but use that to breathe it out to engage. You see my body squeezing over here and everything being locked in as a result, including my OB over here. So it's going to be 1. Use that exaggerated breathing to engage your core and just let up the movement together. Okay, all right, let's give that a try. I'm going to be largely demonstrating the breathing and you just follow along with the count. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, let's take a look. Just keep going. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. So I see some of you getting the gist of it, but like still doing it too tight up here in the muscles. So you are pressing, think of it as pressing down by breathing out. The reason we are breathing it out is because to let out the air and let the shoulders come out, as opposed to another way to breathe in is through your chest, and that ends up kind of bringing everything up in. That's why you end up punching like this, as opposed to think of it as, again, think of your body as an accordion and press it down so that you are punching with your shoulders locked around the muscles as opposed to coming all the way up here. So keep yourself loose. Think of only engaging the core, or some of the more advanced belts among you. Think of it as here, squeezing here, and squeezing here all at the same time into a ball over here, but not up here. Okay, let's just a couple of times on your own. So try Sanbonzuki on your own. Okay, all right, give it a go. Good, 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 good. Very nice, Amelia Sensei. Very good. A couple of things that I'm seeing here. Obviously, this is a combination punch, but what you want to be mindful is I see a lot of really good punches in the very first one and a really good third punch, but I see a lot of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So make sure you don't skip out on the second punch here. Really full extension, full extension, full extension, full extension, full extension, full extension. Okay, so don't put a lot of impact on the second one And the reason why we are using this kind of breathing is to make sure that we are doing full extension and full kime on every single movement, but still able to put them together. Okay, give it a shot. Very good. Try not to lead with your shoulders too much. Again, shoulder square. With simple touches, okay? Very good, very good. And yare, and relax. So that's how you can use breathing to start. You can use this sort of quick out breath to combine the different moves together. But I'm still noticing tightness, overall tightness up here, especially after you punch. So you do out breath to, and everyone's kind of, and if you notice, like kind of like my lips too, I'm gonna get closer to the camera over here. So it's going to look like just way too much tightness, and you see this in a lot of kind of like competitions as well. Everyone just like, and this is how I used to do karate myself, just kind of like really tight, and then you wonder why after like a single heian shodan you run out of breath all the time, and that's because you are not letting your body relax. So I want you. So up until now, we've been focusing on out breath to engage the core, and now we got to learn to release the accordion. When you Exactly. Somebody asked, when do you breathe in? Then you read my mind. We're going to be talking about breathing in. So a couple ways to think about that. For the sake of this drill, I want you to first, again, use the out breath to engage the core on the first punch, but then release. So, and then 1, 2, and then release. And you're going to work on that release by out breath and then breathe in through your nose. So I'm going to exaggerate one more time. So it's going to look like, notice that I was locked here. And by breathing in, my body came up a little bit and then release. And then the next two punches are going to, again, lock in and then release by breathing in. Okay. So by forcing your body to relax through in breath, that's how you are able to relax after the technique. So obviously, there are different ways to relax, and certainly you can make kime on the in-breath as well. But for the sake of today's drill, I want you to focus on out-breath as the way to engage the core and breathing in through your nose to relax your body. Okay, so what it's going to look like is, again, we're going to go back to chokuzuki, or samotsuki rather, and it's going to be first punch through out-breath, and then relax, and then 2, 1, 2, and relax. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I need to see a little bit more like obvious in breath from y'all as well. It's gonna feel a little silly, but really force yourself to suck in the air. I mean, it's nice and early in the morning, so this is to prevent yourself from going and then just holding on to it and further holding on to it. There's no more breath. There's no more accordion to push. You want to give yourself the press up, press up. Okay, let's give it a try. Like itch, knee, some, chi, go. All right, let's take a look. Give it a try. Nice, nice. You still want to be mindful of when your punches are proper targets. So Jodan, Shudan, as opposed to Jodan, Gedan. Okay, so proper targeting. Good. I noticed that some of you are taking it slow, which is absolutely what you should be doing as well. So what I don't want to see is, well, once you're at Dr. Payne or Amelia Sensei's level, then you can learn to speed it up in between like 1. Like so. But if you're learning to use your breathing for the first time, you actually want to slow it down so that, because diaphragm is very much like a muscle that you need to work on. So you can't just start lifting 45 pounds or 45 kilograms for the global audience. You need to start small and with a lower weight. It's the same idea with the engagement of the core and using that out breath. So you want to start slow so that instead of just going, that's too quick. If you don't have the necessary diaphragm muscles to build that yet, what you can do is to slow down by, if that's the extent of the compression of the diaphragm that you're capable of, completely fine. We are encouraged to follow the rhythm of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That doesn't always mean 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That comes from years of training and years of working on this, but try to keep up with the rhythm of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the same goes for any other combination techniques and something like Heian Shodan as well, of like 1, 2, 3, as opposed to, I see a lot of 1, 2, 2, 3. That's too quick. Not a lot of us can move that quick for plus support. So give yourself a little bit more time. Andy, you have a question?
Yeah, sorry, thank you. In relation to your second and third punch, but the first one, because you're doing 1, 2, 3, you've got a bit of a chance to get that inhale going on. On the second two, so with the breath, on the first one, after you've done your first punch, you've got a little bit of time to get a proper inhale through the nose. Yep. On the second two, I'm finding you haven't got time for that, and you're relying more on the movement of your body just to relax and let your lungs work, rather than doing a conscious breath. Are you finding that?
Yeah, that's a really good question, and that's absolutely correct. So. Hello, can everyone hear me? Yes? Sorry about that. The question was so amazing that the whole system shut down. So again, the question was using the out breath input, well, breathing in after the first punch, but do you have room to breathe in on the second and third punches? And the answer is yes. If you choose to do so, you certainly can. For the sake of this drill, I want you to relax after the first punch and then use the out breath to connect the last two punches together. So, but once you get used to this sort of like using the breathing and then just relaxing afterwards, you can certainly, even on quicker movements like so, you can certainly choose to engage quickly, engage and relax through breathing as well. And you'll need to train up to it so that, like so. And that's called pulse breathing. And that's something that you need to train up to. That's certainly what I'm working on right now. But for the sake of today's drill, think of out breath as the way to connect the different moves together, and in breath to relax afterwards. Does that answer your questions? Yeah. Okay. Let me just try to get y'all on screen. There you go. Okay. So let's continue with, so now that you understand the concept of using the breathing to connect the different moves together and in breath to relax afterwards, let's try applying that to the Okazaki Sensei's drill. So some called it the Okazaki Sensei's kata or Okazaki shuffle, but it's a really cool drill. It's a signature training. If you've ever been to master camp at ISKF, it's quite a scene to see like 100+ people doing this all at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to be facing that way for a second so that y'all can all follow along. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. Yeah, even if I face it this way, is my voice projecting enough-ish? Okay, good. So starting from here, you're going to take starting with your left leg, you're going to get into Geramborai. Itch. Second count is going to be Gyakuzuki, knee. And then you're going to take your left leg and follow through your left leg all the way to the 45-degree corner to your left. Sam, and do a soto udeoke. You're going to, and then shi, you're going to shift into kibadachi and do an enpyuchi, shi. In place, you're going to do a uraken, go. Good, let's go back to the beginning. So once again, with your left leg, get on right. Ich, ni, Gyakuzuki. Following your draw hand, san to the left hand corner, soto ryoge. Shi, shift into Kibadachi, uchi, enpi uchi. In place, uraken. Okay, let's continue. You're going to shift into front stance and you go do a gyakuzuki. Rook. In place, open up the hip. Okay. Shich. And then stepping forward, oizuki. Touch. Now you're going to go back down the center. Q. Back stance into shuto. And Q. Gyakuzuki. And that's the whole trick. Okay, so one more time from the beginning. Left leg forward. Ich. Ni. San. Follow the draw hand. Shi. Kibadachi. And Pyuchi. Go. Uraken in place. Rok. Gyakuzuki. Shich. In place. Ageuke. Touch. Stepping in. Uizuki. Go back down the center. Q. And Ju. Shift into front stance. Gyakuzuki. One more time from the beginning. Left leg forward. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Rook. Usuki. Shich. Okay. Touch. Stepping in. Uizuki. Kyu. Ju. Ai. And yame. Okay, let's give it a shot. Let's take a look. So starting from the beginning, left leg, I'm going to be mirroring you this time. So let's take a look. Like ich, ni, san, all the way back into the left, facing the left corner. Chi, go, rook, shich, touch, gu, onju. And yame. Getting the hang of things. Pretty cool drill. It teaches you all the basic blocks that you need for Shokan karate. So ageuke, soto ryoge, genambarai. It also teaches all the basic stance that you need to know from front stance to back stance to kibadachi as well. And you can do, you don't need a lot of space. You just need like 2 stance length around you to be able to practice it. So really cool. All right, let's try the right side for the other leg. So right leg forward this time, get up right. Ich, ni, san. Now facing the right corner. Shi, and Pyuchi. Go, uraken, rook, gyakuzuki, shich, ageuke, touch, oizuki. Stepping back down the center one more time. Kyu, back stance, and Ju, gyakuzuki. Couple of notes on in Yondan. Couple of notes on transitioning from soto ryoge into, from here into gyakuzuki. Amelia Sensei had a really good point about how you don't want to step and punch because by that point, this is just all arms. You want to be able to drive off the leg and land and punch at the same time. If anything, for today, I allow you to almost let your punch end early. So if it is 1, 2 like this, it is acceptable for today. What I don't want to see is 1, 2 like so. Okay, so try to time your technique so that you are timing the punch with your driving leg like so. And same goes for going from back stance to front stance into gyakuzuki. Try not to 1, 2 because all power has been lost at that point. So if anything, this is the sort of feeling that you should have like so that everything all ends at the same time. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's do that a couple more times on the right side. So from the beginning. Like ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, shich, touch, hit, Ju, Hey. Hey, okay. Think you can do it on your own a couple of times? All right, let's give it a try. Just play around with it. I'm gonna try to put y'all on screen. Okay, good. Now we're going to do the same drill, but instead of doing every move one by one, we're going to start doing them in pairs. And because we want to bring in the discussion that we had earlier about breathing. So instead of just going 1, 2, I'm going to count out so that the first for each count you're going to do 2 moves. So it's going to look like ich, okay, ni, some, chi, go, like so, okay? And again, you're going to link the 2 moves together, especially something like Gerambara into Gyakuzuki by using out breath to link the 2 moves together. So out breath to link the moves, and then relax. To link the move together. Okay, so let's by count from here. Going. Itch. Good. Second count is going to be linking the soto ryoge, shifting into kibadashi and pyuchi. Okay, so from here, ni. Couple notes on that. After you do soto ryoge, you don't necessarily, for if you're still learning this and you are a beginner, you can certainly draw back and do it in PhD. Some of you who are a little bit more comfortable with this or are more advanced, you don't need to come all the way back unless you decide to do this as to out breath as well. But if you want to just go directly into the technique from here, simply push on the leg here, and until you feel your knees naturally collapsing, your body's pretty much telling me, hey, that's all I can take. Just simply let go of your foot, and then you can just go naturally shift into NPUG without the need to here, because you can end up getting struck in the middle here. So from here, just directly into NPUG, okay? And that should give you more time to just directly use the out breath to directly into the thing, okay? So again, from the beginning, Gerambara Gyakusuki. Itch, knee. Now from here, in place, Uraken Gyakuzuki. But instead of not necessarily bringing this back, you want to use the relaxation of the Uraken afterwards by simply dropping your elbow here, and that already starts to become a draw hand. And you can just simply out breath to Uraken directly into Gyakuzuki so that you can use like so. Or if you want to still practice the drawing back your technique, you can use the out breath to, you can decide to break it into 3 with them. Okay. So from here, again, some. Now, Ageoke Uizuki, she, and back, and yamen. Good. Let's try that one more time. Left forward. Again, techniques in pairs. The itch, knee, some, she, go, and relax. Good. Let's try the other side now. Right leg forward. 1 count is going to be Genamrai into Gyakuzuki. Itch, knee. And once again, here, directly out and straight into Gyakuzuki. Or you can choose to do 1, 2, 3, all in using out breath. Okay? Ni, age uke, oizuki, shi, and go. And relax. One more time on the right side. Yoin. Ich. Ni. Sam. Shi. Okia. Ni. Okay, let's give that a couple of minutes, give that a try on both sides. Again, using out breath to connect the moves together and do each technique or each pairs of technique together. Okay, all right, give it a try. Good, very nice. Hey, Yame. Good, relax. So that's how we can use, much like how we use out breath to connect the two punches together. You can use that for this particular drill, and you can apply that to kata as well. But you're probably wondering, okay, when does the in breath come in? I'm all out of breath. I was using out breath the whole time. I'm really tired. And that's a good point. So again, we're going to start using in breath now to relax in between techniques. So we're going to change up the order of the techniques a little bit. So we're going to put it into, I think, 3, 4, and 3, maybe. So what's going to look like is instead of packaging these two together, we're going to do 1, 2, 3 all at once. Okay. And again, you're going to use a combination of out breath to put the techniques together. So it's going to be, so if I were to exaggerate the breath for y'all, it's going to look like. And once you complete the 2 out breaths here, you're going to take a sharp breath in. And then you'll feel your body coming up as a result. And you're going to use that to bounce and relax into the Soto again. So what that's going to look like is like so. Okay. Now you're probably thinking, aren't we supposed to keep our head down and keep our level the same the whole time? Yes, absolutely. But for the sake of today, I want to be able to y'all to experience the relaxation of the compression of the muscles and the diaphragm, and just literally forcing your body to relax by going up, and use that to bounce up. And for the sake of today, get comfortable with just bouncing afterwards to relax. Certainly, as you get more used to this, you don't need to exaggerate the feeling of like so. You can choose to do it still relax and just expand afterwards. Or some of you who are a little bit more advanced, you can use the in breath to just simply melt into the next technique and relax, to literally relax into the next technique without needing to go up. But for today, think about out breath, and sharp in breath to bounce and create this feeling. Okay, so let's give it a try. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, all at once. Okay, so listen to my breath as I'll try to follow along with the way I am breathing as we're doing these combinations. Okay, so ich, out breath in, back. Okay, let's give it a try one more time. Like ich. Okay, so I want you to, as soon as you feel yourself completing the technique over here, by out breath, stretch, you want to let go by breathing in to have the propulsion needed to, or rather, in. So, okay. So 1, 2, 3, and then re-engage afterwards. Okay. Ich. Good. Let's continue. And now you're going to use out breath to all at once. So from here, it's going to be. So out breath to again combine the moves together. So give it a try. Knee. Now from here, you're going to use out breath to load out the okay, and then use in breath to let go. One more time. So from here, in breath or out breath and in, out breath. Like so. Okay. So to break that down, it's going to be out breath, in to relax, out breath to engage. And then as soon as you hit this, you want to use in breath again because you don't want to get stuck here forever. You want to be able to bounce by in breath here, out breath, out breath. Okay, let's give it a try. From here, out breath, in. So listen to me, my breath one more time. From here, like so. Okay, let's give it a try. From here, from Gyakuzuki, I sum and relax. And yamen. Does that make sense? More or less? Good. Let's try that one more time from the beginning. Left leg. So it's going to be Geranbarai, Gyakuzuki, stepping back into Soto Ryoke in one count. And it's going to be out breath in, out breath to engage. Okay? Let's give it a try. Itch. From here, using 4 out breaths to connect the next moves together. Knee. And from here, out breath in, back, back. Okay? A sum. One more time. Left forward. Right itch. Oh, from here. Knee. Sum. And relax. Does it make sense? Okay, give it a try. So again, when you're combining the moves together, use the series of out breath to connect the moves. And when you need to relax into the next movement, breathe in sharply. We had a question about, are you using shallow in breaths or like deep in breaths to relax in between techniques? It depends on kind of like the rhythm that you want to create. Obviously, if it's like a really long step back, you want to breathe in. For the sake of this drill, I want you to breathe, take a deep in breath the whole time. But as you are learning to speed up, certainly you don't need to quick, slow, and out, but rather you can use the quick in breath to quickly relax into it. We'll quickly relax into relax and re-engage into the next technique. So again, it's like building the muscles of we learn to slow this down to slowly build up the muscle engaging the diaphragm, and much like the same, learning to release. If this is not possible for you at the beginning, using deep out breath to slowly start getting into the right, I guess, practice of relaxation afterwards. And certainly as you get more used to it, you can do to rapidly release afterwards. Okay? Does that answer your question? Good. All right, let's try the right side this time. So once again, it's going to be right leg forward, Geranbarai, Gyakuzuki stepping forward into Soto Ryoke. Once again, try to use the breath to maximize the combination of the techniques and relaxation in between the movements. Okay? Right leg. Itch. Good knee. Some up. One more time. Itch. Boom. Here. Hold. Knee. Some. And relax. Good. Let's give it a try a couple more times on your own. Again, think about try to do what you are capable of doing at the moment. So try to use the in-breath to link the different moves together. But if at your current, I guess, ability to squeeze the diaphragm and relax, the maximum speed at which you can properly squeeze the accordion is with some pauses in between to kind of think about it and like, oh, am I breathing in, breathing out, or breathing in at the time? Completely fine. I'm not asking you to speed through the techniques, but rather think about the proper out breath and squeezing of the diaphragm and relaxation to move into the technique. So take your time if you need to. If this is the maximum speed that you can, and let me think about, it's going to be 4 out breaths. Now it's going to be out breath and then in to relax, in. If that's the speed that you're capable of connecting the different movements together, completely fine. Okay, let's give it a try. And again, think about someone had a good question about earlier about do I need to use a sharp in breath? Certainly, you can try to experiment with it here as well. So if it's just, well, what happens if I use sharp in breath here to accelerate my next movement? Let's go to, well, that feels different from relaxing into, which is a different speed and rhythm. So definitely try to experiment with that and apply that to this drill as well. So give it a try. Nice, very nice. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing the difference in how you are moving and relaxing in between movements. Okay. All right, very good. Let's do that on both sides, and then I want to apply this with the remaining time that we have. I want to apply that to maybe a little bit of kumite, and then kata at the end. Okay. All right, starting with the left leg. So it's going to be this series of out breaths and in breaths into out breaths and in breaths. So it's going to be first 3 moves together. Like ich, ni, san, and relax. Right leg this time. Like ich, ni, san, and relax. All right, try that on both sides. One or two, twice on your own. Okay, right? Very good, very good. Good. One more time on the other side. Good. And yame. And relax. So that's the drill. And how to use breathing to kind of put the movements together and then relax in between. There is a kicking version of this, but until I can learn to kick like Amelia and John Sensei, give me some time. I will come back another time to teach that. Okay, until then, let's talk about how you can use breathing to improve your kumite a little bit. So John Sensei talked about this a little bit yesterday, but when you get into kamae over here, you see a lot of drills of doing this kind of moving in to do Kizamizuki, kind of feeling out the distance in and out, in and up, in and out. Okay. And I see a lot of people who are still not learning to control their breath ends up looking like this. So let's give it a try. All of us with left leg forward. And I want you to Kizamizuki and back. Kizamizuki back. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Good. Now, those of us who, people who don't know how to utilize their breath here, you will often end up seeing their kizamizukis and this sort of kind of bouncy drill end up looking like. And you're kind of stuck there and you can't move out of the technique quick enough and often get struck. What you want to do is learn the lesson, use the lesson that you learned just now of breathing to out breath and use the in breath to quickly retreat. So don't use your out breath so much so that you're stuck, but once you feel this, the click on the floor, you immediately to relax afterwards. Okay, let's give it a try. Left leg forward. Ich, ni, sam, chi, go, rok, shich, touch, gu, ju. Good. Let's try the other side. Oh, do we have a question over here? Okay, maybe not. Okay. Same thing on the right side, right leg forward this time. And again, keep yourself light, mostly on the ball of your feet. You don't want to be flat-footed because that's going to, again, make yourself stuck to the ground. So make yourself light. And then from here, you're going to do out breath in, out breath in, out breath in. Okay? And ich, ni, sam, chi, go, rok, shich, touch, gu, ju. Notice I'm trying my best to keep my shoulders relaxed at all time. And by utilizing the breath, I'm not letting my shoulders come up and be stuck. And here, just relax. Okay? And now that you're getting comfortable with the idea of squeezing, relaxing, you want to get into the rhythm of immediately relaxing that and then using the relaxation to do again, go immediately into the squeeze, relax, and relax. I think I mentioned it a little bit earlier about the idea of pulse breath, and that's the idea of constantly keeping this accordion playing like wheel in motion so that you're able to put the technique together like this. JD Swanson and I do body combat. Les Mills got body combat, and so it is a basically martial arts applied to martial arts combined with dancing while music is going on at the same time. So you can imagine this kind of scenario of like doing this sort of drill while music is playing. So like bum bum boom bum 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 bum. Whatever your favorite music is going on, there's no judgment here. But when I first started doing this, and I tag along JD Sensei, I came in with a very typical like Shotokan. Oh, I do Shotokan karate. I must put kime into all my techniques. And all my techniques ended up looking like music is going on bum 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 like this. And after 10 of these, I got so tired by everyone else just gonna go just completely relaxed. I believe Ro Sensei from HDKI, I've seen him do this, just keeping a completely relaxed attitude. And yes, it's a matter of getting used to moving to the rhythm, but you need to use your out breath and in breath to keep yourself relaxed like this. When we were doing this earlier in our warm-up, nobody was moving like this. You learn to just like, or not even think about it. You're just using pulse breathing here to keep yourself moving. And you want to use that to out, in, out, in, out, in. So everyone, let's give that a try. So down. And forget about the idea of trying to put kime into every single move. Just let your body do the work. Out breath, in, out, in, out, in. And if you need to go slow to If that's your rhythm, completely fine. We all respect all kinds of music over here, but definitely don't try to have this kind of hard feel, just relax. And eventually when you get to Dr. Payne's level, for example, you don't need to exaggerate the breath, or you don't even need to think about breath at all. Your body just learns to squeeze out on its own. And that's the level that I'm trying to get to. But for now, I need to constantly think about breath out, in, out, in, out, in. And yeah, man. Okay, let's try the other side as well. If you are struggling through this and you find yourself out of breath, don't worry, I started the same, but it's a matter of getting used to this kind of technique, but also getting used to the idea of breathing through, constantly using pulse breath to control your out, in, and then keeping yourself kind of constant reserve of oxygen throughout. Okay, let's give it a try. Out, in, out, in, out, in. Nothing hard, just completely relax. And yeah, man, and relax. Does that make sense? So we talked about the idea of using out breath to combine to engage our core, combine the different moves together, and using the in breath to relax in between, and the idea of pulse breath to have a more dynamic motion in things like kumite. Okay. Any questions about that? Okay, good. With the remaining couple of minutes that we have, I want to briefly go through the idea of applying the breathing to do something more traditional kata. So let's take something like Heian Nidan. The first 6 moves, due to the amount of time that we have, time ran by so quickly. I want to do the first 6 moves of Heian Nidan. Okay, so hopefully everybody knows Heian Nidan over here. Everyone's able to follow along. Yes? Okay, good. I bow as Heian Nidan. Heian Nidan. Ayoi. From here, just counting all around the first couple of moves and itch, knee, sun, sheep, rook, and yame. One more time. Like itch, just dropping the weight. Knee, sun, she, rook, and yame. Now you see usually 2 kind of mistakes being made with this kata in the first 6 moves. Either people are being too stiff in their movements, so either it looks like typical purple belt Michael Rowe until Sangha, to be completely honest with you. But you want to, again, you learn to use the out breath to connect the different moves together. So instead of just doing everything 1, 2, 3, we want to use out breath, out breath, out breath, like so. Again, no need to speed it up so quickly, but you want to have a rhythm of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you want to use. Okay, let's give it a try. Ayoi. Like itch, knee, sun, chi, rook. Good. One more time. Itch, knee, sun, chi, rook. Very good. And yeah, man. Again, you don't need to speed up the combination of techniques so quickly. What I certainly don't want to see is 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm using out breath. That's too quickly. This wasn't even like reaching the opponent. So use the out breath to full completion. You can certainly try to connect the movements together to your best of your abilities, and you learn to eventually speed it up in a manner over time. But when you're first starting out, again, keep the rhythm 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, to use in breath to relax in between the movements, you'll notice that there are some gaps in between, and you're using that gap to breathe in to relax yourself. So after the first block, you're going to use out breath to engage the core and relax to kind of give yourself some room. And then you're going to use 2 out breaths to connect this, and then use in breath to relax in between. Now, the next series of moves, relax by breathing in, and then out, out, and relax. Okay, one more time. So out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Okay, let's do that one time, and I believe that's all the time that I have to do. Okay, so you'll itch, knee out, out, in or out, and in to relax upwards, and yape, and relax. Okay, so today we talked about the idea of breathing, again, once again, using out breath to engage your diaphragm in the core and practice on using the core to connect combination of combine techniques together into a combination, and then using out breath to relax in between the movements. And then today we happen to apply that to the famous Okazaki drill, but certainly as you can see, you can apply that to kumite, or you can apply that to any sort of kata. So start experimenting with it. Oh, what if I use out breath to combine the different moves together, or in breath to relax in between movements. And later on, once you get the idea of pulse breathing, try doing that, and then eventually we want to aspire to just engage the core subconsciously without even thinking about the breath. Okay, all right, that's all the time that I have today. Thank you so much. It was really cool to be part of this. Thanks for letting me join today, and thank you so much. Nice to get it. Great. Okay, I'll be around for a couple of minutes if you have any questions, but otherwise, thank you so much.